Okay, viewers, you are welcome to my class again. And today, I want to look at something very interesting. We want to look at a common disease, a common health issue in Nigeria and Africa. Okay, today, I want to look at a disease called appendicitis. Okay, in this lesson, we are going to learn the meaning of appendicitis. We are going to learn the symptoms of appendicitis. We are going to learn causes of appendicitis. And of course, we are going to learn how appendicitis is managed. Are you ready? Okay, let's continue. So what is appendicitis? Appendicitis simply means inflammation of the appendix. But before we go to this definition, let us talk about the appendix now. What is the appendix? The appendix is a small organ, a small tube-like organ or finger-like organ that is attached to the large intestine. It is just about the junction between the small intestine and the large intestine, and it's located at the lower right part of the abdomen. Okay, so what is the function of the appendix? The function of the appendix is not widely known, but recent studies have shown that the appendix constitutes part of the immune system, meaning that it can also help to fight against what? Diseases. Okay, now we know what the appendix is. Now, what is appendicitis? Appendicitis simply means inflammation of what? Of the appendix. Okay, the strange word here is inflammation. What do I mean by inflammation? Inflammation simply means the body's response to an infection or a damaged tissue. So it is safe to say that appendicitis can also mean an infection of what? Of the appendix. Okay, so what causes this appendicitis? What causes the appendix to get inflamed or to get infected? Appendicitis occurs when the opening that leads to the appendix is blocked or obstructed. And of course, when that happens, blood flow into the appendix will be reduced. And of course, the moment blood doesn't get to a particular organ in the body, the organ dies because these organs need food nutrients from blood and also oxygen from blood in order to stay alive. And so this encourages what? Bacterial growth in the appendix. And so the appendix will be filled with what? With fluid such as pus. Okay, so what causes this blockage? What causes this obstruction? This obstruction is mostly caused by hard feces, that's hard stool, okay, or maybe a stone-like material in the feces. Apart from that, it can also be caused by tumors or um, some bowel diseases like inflammatory bowel disease, IBS, or Crohn's disease. Okay, so these are the factors that may lead towards appendicitis. Now, what are the complications of appendix? Appendicitis require immediate medical attention because it can actually rupture or get burst. When this happens, the fluid, that's the pus in the appendix, which contains bacteria, will be emptied into the belly. And when that happens, it leads to a life-threatening infection called peritonitis. And what do I mean by peritonitis? Peritonitis is an infection that is caused when the bowels, like the intestine, stomach, or appendix, leaks its contents into the abdomen. And that may lead to sepsis, which is a medical emergency. So that is the complication of appendix. Okay. What are the symptoms of appendix? The major symptom of appendix is a pain at the middle of the appendix, just around the belly button area, that radiates to the right side of the abdomen. But in some cases, the pain might begin from the right part of what? Of the abdomen. Other symptoms may be symptoms due to the infection, such as fever. Fever may indicate that the body is trying to fight against the microorganism. And also symptoms like diarrhea, constipation, chills, nausea, vomiting may manifest. Okay, now we have known the symptoms of appendicitis. The next question is, how is appendicitis managed or how is it cured? There is only one treatment for the appendicitis, and that is the removal of the appendix. So appendicitis will require surgery to remove the appendix. And this process is called appendectomy. Okay, appendectomy simply means removing the what? The appendix. I know some persons may ask, What will happen to me if my appendix is removed? You're fine. The appendix is not a major organ, so you will not miss your appendix so much when it is removed. In fact, you can return back to full health after the appendix has been removed. Okay, that is the main treatment for appendix. But of course, since it's an infection, an antibiotics will be needed. Okay, so that is all today. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed our class. Till when next we meet, thank you very much and God bless you.